Hi everybody, how you doing? Johnny Vivento here from Centro de Luna, Mexico. How you doing? Well, let me tell you something. Look over there. The Oxxo, the store, is being built. This is one of the stores that was actually burned out last 3 Sundays ago here in Puerto Vallarta in Centro Luna, Mexico. There was many. The cartels burned them out. For some reason they picked on Oxxos more than any other store. I do not know why. Maybe they wasn't paying their protection money. I don't know. But it is possible. And that's as far as it goes. And I live here. This is my town and this is what happened. I wasn't here when it happened. I was actually in Colorado. But everything is looking good now. Everything is back on track. Okay? And we're here all having a good time. All having a really safe time. And I got my coffee here, which there's a story behind this, and that's what I was going to tell you. This is a nice thermos flask. It's a real one. It's the real thermo. And I was telling someone today, you know, what I do, instead of going to Starbucks every day or a couple of times a day, on my bike, I make my own coffee. And what I do is I go to Costco and I buy a nice coffee. I buy a 4-kilo bag, which is about 10 pounds for 20 bucks or $22, I think it works out, which is like $2.30 a pound. And it's a really, really good coffee from a state called Chiapas that produces the great coffee. It really does. Chiapas does produce the best coffee, and it really does show. Well, anyway, I think it's a great thing. I really do, and I do it, and I feel good for doing that. I'm kind of like a minimalist, and I wanted to tell you this story for quite a time. Leaving Colorado, I left back a lot of stuff. You know, I had a lot of stuff in storage 3-4 years ago, 5 years ago, when I sold my house. And I kept paying for storage month after month after month. And I got to do something. I started selling a lot of stuff, which I did. I think I'm not too far behind and a little in front. I'm not sure. But anyway, I had to give away a lot of stuff in the end. I became a real minimalist. I came here with 6 pairs of shorts, about 20 t-shirts and polos. Just 1 winter jacket, 1 winter pair of pants, long pants. 1 pair of regular shoes, about 10 pairs of sneakers, and the rest was my memorabilia, which I gave away some of that too, and I feel bad for doing it, but I did. But I arrived back here and I said, I'm a minimalist now. I don't want to buy nothing, and I've stuck to that so far, and I've only been back for 3 weeks. I still have my trusted bicycle, which I'd ride every day. I love my bike, and that's what I have. And I ride around, you know, most days, and I'm happy to do that. My wife has her own truck, you know, which we bought from Colorado. It's a very big truck, and it's a very nice truck too, and she's happy with that. But I'm happy with my bicycle, basically, and I rarely go into town anyway. When I do, she takes me, and I usually walk back. But anyway, I sold a lot of my stuff. I really became a minimalist. I can honestly say I became a minimalist, okay? And I have all my stuff in one room, and it's very, very little. And even my wife is saying, my God, I cannot believe this is you. And I said, this is me. This is what I have. She has her stuff that she wants to keep, and it's hers, you know. Myself, very little of a former life that I had before her. Almost nothing now. Books wise, I have like 3 that I wanted to keep, basically, and that's it. You know, the rest is my boxing memorabilia, my sport memorabilia, which I have. That's it. I have a couple of laptops, which are mine, which I've had for many, many years, and I have my big TV in each room, and that's it. That's all I need. What do I need? What more do I need? I got my photographic stuff. I have a good camera and stuff like that, but that's it, you know. Now, In contrast, this morning, actually, I was watching Sarasota Tim, which I watch him usually every morning, see what he's up to. Comes on my feed, and today he was preaching. You know, he was preaching about the, you know, about how you should be thankful. And I agree with that. I think you should be thankful for what you have and for... Can you excuse me? This is the best cup of coffee I've ever in my life. Oh man, that really is a good cup of coffee. Oh. Well, anyway, Sarasota Tim does these preachers, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. He does a very good job doing it. I'm sure he was a preacher before. He has a very, very good way in front of the camera, and he's very, very natural, and he looks good behind the camera. You got to be honest. I know all these antagonists are upset by him or whatever, but he does do the same things over and over again, says the same things over and over again, but there's nothing wrong with that. I was telling you in a previous video, I think 2 videos ago, that if you went to a comedian show, your favorite comedian, you said the same joke 5 times in a row at different venues, you'd still laugh. And that's the same with Sarasota Tim. How many times have you watched him? Today I watched him in his refrigerator saying, well, I got there's a nice piece of steak, $11. And that's, I bought that in Walmart or Costco or whatever. And you still watch it every day because it's entertaining. Excuse me. I got a bit of a dry throat here, I don't know why. But anyway, it's entertaining. It's about this, the world is about entertainment. And he entertains people. Every penny he makes, he deserves, okay? I'm not together with him on the religious stuff. I'm a complete atheist. I'm a complete non-believer, and I admit it. That's what I am. And I'm a non-believer, and that's it. That's just the way it is, okay? I never will be. My wife is spiritual. She has her own thing. Oh, by the way, I was going to tell you about this. These are called 100%. They're the best cycling glasses in the world. Okay, I can see everything. The glare is no glare, absolutely perfect cycling glasses, made specially for me and my bike, okay? And I just got to tell you about a shout out to the 100%, okay? Because they really are good. And it's my first day wearing them today. My wife bought them for me in Mexico City. She was on a excursion there. She thought she'd get me something good, and she did. She bought me these glasses, and I'm very happy to have them. But anyway, back to Sarasota Tim. Shout out to Bohemian Carl, by the way, Bohemian Nomad Carl. Great guy. I don't care if he talks anti-Tim, it don't matter. He's still funny and he's still entertaining. Shout out to Dinger as well. Shout out to everybody, okay? Even Life and Vibe, man. Without you people, Sarasota Tim wouldn't be making the kind of money he's making. But I'm going to tell you something. When I started watching Sarasota Tim, all he had was that, I think he had a Toyota 4Runner, didn't he? Like a red one. He had very few possessions, if I remember. He had a small teardrop camper, like a small trailer, didn't he? Tiny little one. And that's what he had. Now, but she is, you know, you excel. He's not a minimalist anymore. He has everything. He's had like 10 motorcycles, cars. He has a lot of possessions now. I see that he's selling a lot of his stuff. He had it all outside his trailer yesterday. He's doing well, but we all accumulate stuff. That's what I've been doing for the last 20, 30 years, accumulating stuff. I don't have any stuff to accumulate anymore. I really don't. Now I don't want to accumulate nothing. Anything big, I don't want it. Okay, it's as simple as that. And I've been like that the last couple of years. I've cut down everything. I got my bicycle here. I have no motorcycle that my car, my brand new car. If you remember my videos in Colorado, I had a brand new car, Nissan Ariya Evolve Plus, electric, beautiful. The best electric car there actually is. And I had it, and it was expensive as hell. My daughter has it now. I don't have it anymore. So I gave that up. I gave up a lot. I gave up a nice life in Centennial, Colorado to be here. Why? because it's a better quality of life. I don't need a lot of money to be here. I don't have the pressure of paying bills anymore. The incredible price of car insurance bills, well, actually I've got to pay the last installment of my car. Yeah, the 6 months. I said to my daughter I'll pay the 6 months for her, which I'm going to do. But I've also got to pay for the car registration, which I already paid $810 last year. I got to pay $700 this year. That's $1,500 for 2 years to keep plates on your car. It's an absolute joke and a criminal act. Criminal act, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is, man. You know, if I lived in a certain area, and if I had a car where I couldn't afford such a car, I'd be paying $300. Could I afford it? No. I leased that car, okay? I did it because it was a great deal. And to be honest with you, now I don't have it anymore. I'm okay to not have it. It was a beautiful car, but I got the weather here. I don't have any more big bills anymore. My internet costs $35 a month. And that comes with cable too, let me tell you. Cable and internet, $35 a month, even though my wife does have Starlink, and that's something like $65 to $70 a month, and we had to buy the dish for $350 or $400 at one time. But she needs it for her work, because she does a lot of Zoom calls. That's what she does, you know, and she needed it. And we have to get it, that's it. But apart from that, you know, I have water filters. It costs me $25 a month to have clean water coming into my apartment, where usually I'd have to buy the big bottle, you know, and have to carry it up. And I thought, no, it's a lot more expensive, but I'm going to get the water filtered in for $25. It's worth it, you know. It's called Bibia, and I got that. The electricity's almost virtually zero at this time of year. So 6 months a year, which is the months where it's not summer, okay? It's always summer here. It's always 85 degrees in Puerto Vallarta every single day of the year, at least 80 degrees, 85 degrees every single day of the year. But at the moment, you don't need air conditioning, you don't need heat, you don't need air conditioning. There's a breeze. It's absolutely beautiful. It's like Hawaii here. Okay, from the months of October to April is like Hawaii. There's a breeze in the air. It's absolutely amazing and beautiful. Okay, and whew, that's all I got to say at the moment. And I don't spend a lot of money on that. So it's life with less stress. Nobody coming at me to buy something, which I hate. And I'm living a great life. I don't have the massive rent to pay that I was paying in Colorado either. That's pressure. If you get sick, what do? Go to the government, see what they tell you. If you're not a refugee, you won't get nothing, okay? If you're not at the bottom of the pulpit, you won't get anything, okay? So you've got to work. You're thinking, man, if I get sick, what am I going to do, you know? That's how people think these days. You know, because nobody really helps them. You know, there's nobody really to help you. There really isn't. Except family. If you don't have family, you're done. I don't want to impose on anybody. And I'm happy here, you know. I can live here. And my next video, which will be in about an hour's time, I want to do a video and I'm going to tell you how you can come here. And I actually... incredibly, I told you in the last couple of videos, I didn't get many views. I only have 120,000 subscribers. Sorry, I mean 120 subscribers. I got to say that in every video. I'm going to double it up. I believe I've doubled the 220 subscribers that I have. I believe I have double. I'm kind of like Sarasota Tim on that. I have double, okay? There's no way only 125 people have subscribed to my channel. It's impossible. But please subscribe. Press the like button. In 1 hour's time, I'll be doing another video, okay? And you'll be able to see it. And all I got to say is, I love you all. God bless America. God bless Mexico. God bless Canada. God bless the UK. Love you.